Alright, this is what we have here. This is my first car repair or any kind of video for any kind of thing on YouTube here. So what this is that is the back deck of a 1989 Formula Firebird, and I bought one of these replacement spoilers made out of fiberglass, which don't bend like the rubber ones do. So evidently over the years these things bow out from people lifting the hatch. So what I did is I put a couple 50-pound weights on there and let them sit on there for a while, and it actually has seemed to do the trick. I just put them back on there so you can see what I did there. And so I'm gonna go and finish up the rest of this. Okay, so what we have here is, this is the top tail light, third tail light, whatever the heck they call it, and that's got to go on to this here. Now I found by trial and error, I know they have a kit. My spoiler didn't come with it because I got it cheap on eBay, but they have a kit that has all the hardware. But looking at the hardware they had and what I put together here, I don't know, I kind of like my decision better, but I looked at their hardware and I went and counted their screw threads and everything. It seems that it'll come out to be a quarter 20 bolt that seemed to fit, and I tried it in each of these holes. So, and it grabbed, so we're going to find out what it does after I get it together and see if it actually holds or not. I was going to do those inserts and all kinds of other stuff, but seeing as I got some grab out of the bolts, we're just going to try that and see how it goes. So I got some washers, so I'm sure you guys all know how to put bolts in, so I'm just gonna do this and then come back. Okay, so there we go. We have the tail light on the spoiler, and we're gonna go and flip the deck there, deck lid, flip that over on here, and we'll bolt that down and we'll go from there. Alright, here we go. So I got the spoiler on the back deck lid here, and I used a quarter 20s on the two ends, and then down up underneath there. I was able to reuse my original screws here, original bolts, for the third tail light connection. So I know this is going to jump around in the video because, as you can see, I don't have the glass on there. And the reason I took glass off is because I didn't know what I was going to have to do to straighten out the metal on there. So as you can see, I did it with weights. So what we're going to do, most likely we're going to get the glass, put it on there, and we're probably going to be taking the spoiler back off after the glass is on, so I can make sure I can get everything fitted, because I still have to go over here. As you can see, this focuses. There's little indents here and on each one, and that's where the little connectors are on the glass. And according to their thing, I guess we only have to put one in this end one. We don't have to worry about the other two. But what I did is I grabbed 6 screws anyway, so I could put one on either side for all 3 of them. Those are just regular, I don't even know what the heck they are. I just had them laying around. They seem to be the right size. So I figure as long as you drill the right size hole and put the screw in there, it'll work. So basically I took that and I slid it in. Well, here, let's go over there, I'll show you. So what I did here is, to get the size of the screw, basically all I did was just take the screw and slide it in there. Actually, I slid better before. This is where it's going to go in at. See, the screw just slides right in there. So it's going to grip. So that's what we're looking at. You see, there's the other two, and then there's the glass. That's the glass we pulled off. So we'll be putting that back on. That's all disconnected, and that's easy to get off of there. I'll see if I can film putting it back on. Basically, it was just unhooking the defrost and the shocks here on the glass in the back hatch, taking those down, pulling the screws out, actually taking the nuts off the bolts here, and then just pulling the glass. It's actually pretty easy. Now getting the glass off of the deck lid here, had to take I'll probably demonstrate that a little bit when I put it together, but just took like a putty knife and scrape all that butyl rubber stuff they had in there, scraped all that off, and then just popped it right off. Okay, so here we go. We got the glass over here. It's not hooked up obviously because we're going to put our stuff in there first. So I got the glass prepped up. Now what I got to do is all this along here, all down through there, that all had this butyl sealer on it. And there's some I didn't get off there, but I'm not going to really worry about it. This looked like it was something, I don't know if that was actually part of the butyl or not. It looked pretty, we'll just leave that in there. I don't know what that was. There's one on this side, it's not as big. So I'm thinking that was, it looks more like it was a formed piece of rubber to me. But I'm not a body guy, so I don't know. So we're just going to leave it. But I do have the butyl tape. And this is the stuff I bought right here. I got that at Home Depot. It's over like where you put the sheet metal stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that on there so we can have our sealer. And as you can see, I took all the latching and stuff off. We'll get all that on later. Mainly what we're going to do is get this glass on there and get it sealed down so we can make sure the spoiler is going to hook up right, and then go from there. Okay, here we go. So got the butyl tape on there. If you notice, I put 3 strips there. Laid 2 down. There's kind of a groove there. So I put one on either side of the groove and then one down kind of where the center was. And the reason I did that was because looking at the washer, I saw that it wasn't quite as high as the washer. So I wanted to get a little bit of padding there. So hopefully that's correct, that we have to have that. So we'll see how that goes. So there it is, and it built up the corners. This is how it was when I actually have some screens, some still shots of before I took this off. If I can stick that in the video, I will. And you can see what because it was black, looked like tar, as you can see here. So I just kind of built that up, kind of how it looked like in the pictures. And hopefully that'll seal the glass like it's supposed to. So next step is get the glass on there, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I forgot about these little pieces here. They didn't have them on the original picture, so I don't remember how they were supposed to go in, but looking at the way they are, they have like a little hook inside there. So I'm thinking the glass is going to just slide in here, and then that'll be for the end there. So I got it all gooped up in there on both sides. So I'll get the one on this side too. So I got them up a little high so the glass will slide in, and we're going to push them down on there if we need to. But alright, so it's glass time. See what we do. So here we go. I got the glass on, and I got the screws here on the side. Got all these nuts on the panel here. Got that all in there. Now all these, they're 124 inch-pounds. These are torque specs on those. It came out to the calculations like 10.3 pounds, inch-pound, or foot-pounds. So take about 10 pounds on those, and those will be nice and snug for you. So other than that, I got these pieces in that fit up underneath there, and of course the glass went into those little rubber slots there. Got the latch and everything back on here. So that's this part. That's all looking like it's pretty good so far. And we'll go from there. Okay, so got this all pecked together as much as we're going to do for right now. I'm leaving all these caps off because we're going to be taking this spoiler back off after after we get done here. So I have here, I just stuck the screw there, and just take this down like this. I guess it's probably the easiest way to mark it. Just went like that, and let the screw mark the fiberglass. Let's see, that's where it's going to go in, right here. So I'll put that like that. I'll do that on both sides. Let's see. So you can see see, I don't have that gap. See, that side looks good. And then there's no gap over here either. And that's, as you saw earlier, how I put that, put the weights on there. So yeah, this is upside down, so you know that by looking at it. And then inside I did the same thing. Put the screw in there. Came down, mark it. Now I might put the hole just a little bit over this way, just so I have maybe a little bit of play, so it sits like that. But you know, it's going to be trial and error there. Not much trial and error, because you put the hole in the fiberglass, you're pretty much stuck with it. So, okay, so there we go. Stuck with that for right now. Get back, and I'm going to flip this over. Next thing is going to flip this over onto the car, and then we'll get it all put together. Okay, so now as you see, I took it all back apart. It's because I had to get the wing out from underneath there. Get the wing out. And the reason I did that is because I can't really see it very well, but gotta drill the hole right there for the screw. And I evidently forgot that I had to take all this back out because I had to feed the wire back for the latch. Wire comes through here. It's this wire over here. This little guy has to go through there, like that. And then it's got this gasket. So grommet, I guess you call it. It's a grommet. It's got to go stick in the bottom of actually in the top, I guess. Bottom if it's like this. In the hatch cover. So now I'll just leave this light on here because I don't have to remove that to do my testing. You can see the screws are in there right. So next thing will be is drilling the holes. Well, there you go. That's how the screws are in there. This way. I measured the angle side of the car to make sure the screw went in at the right angle. It fit really nice. So the head was basically flat with the connector on the hatch. Okay, so we have it on there. Test fit. It's been sitting on the car for a few days. And I knew it was going to crack at some point just because when you have the two points there, whatever you want to call them, they actually were not wide enough at the ends to slide down the window. So basically had to yank them down, you know, give them a good pull. So the only crack I found, which cracked where I didn't think it would, was right here under the passenger side. So I don't know, I'm not really worried about it. What I'll probably do, I got some of that plastic stuff where it's like a two-part plastic and you just knead it up and then push it in. So, well, wait a minute, let's take a look here. Oh, we do have another crack. Same spot pretty much on the other side. Here, this is the driver's side. I don't know if you can see that or not. Might not be zoomed in enough, but there, yeah. So it looks like it's going to crack, at least this one. This one was purchased on eBay for $300. It was someplace out of Florida, some exotic car place or something. I don't know. They had cheap. Didn't come with the kit, mounting kit. That's why you see me earlier with the kit, I'm guessing at the screws. So, but the thing's on there nice and firm though. It's not going anywhere. I mean, it's not moving. So next step is I probably just patch those cracks. I'm not a fiberglass guy, and I'm not really too worried about it. So I'll put some plastic stuff in there, see how it holds. Get it over to paint shop, and maybe I'll throw another video up that actually shows it painted. But in the gaps, hold on a second. Okay, yeah. So the gaps, that's what I wanted to let you see. After putting the weight on there, I don't really have the gaps like I did. I probably had an inch gap probably on that thing. I don't know if I'll look and see if I had pictures of it. If not, well then whatever. Yeah, but putting those weights on there pretty much brought that center down, and put the butyl tape here. This is all coming back off, so that's why I'm not worried about it being neat right now. But I put the butyl tape in here for where each hole is, like here, and put it in where that screw was, and put it where that screw was, so it seals it off. The light wire has its own grommet. You'll see that if you're going to do this, so you don't have to worry about it there. Other than that, it came out pretty good. We'll just see what it looks like after it's painted. Okay, so here I put you can't really see because I got the garage door open, so it's kind of, that's a JB Weld over there. I put that over that, and underneath here, I don't know if you can really see that. That's where it cracked, and then a little bit over there on the other side. By this, there we go. So it's some crack there too, and that's just because when you put the things on there, these guys here, this one and this one, on this particular one, I had to actually kind of push them down a little bit, spread them to get in there, and when it did that, it gave it a little bit of a tension on this and popped it a little bit. So hopefully that JB Weld will do it. I mean, it's not a big deal. Get it all put together and painted up. So next step is getting it off of here and getting it painted. I guess we'll probably show you where the screws are at here after we pop this thing back off. Okay, here, this is what I use to fill the cracks. The JB Weld plastic. Actually says fiberglass part, so I guess it should hold. I use this on the radio framing, you know, the part that holds the radio in the console there. I use that because that was all busted up. So I took some of this, put it in there, and it held up pretty good. So we'll see how it does with the fiberglass. Okay, so just in preparation for putting it on there, I cleaned it and waxed the deck lid here, and put my goop on there. So we're ready here. And yeah, by the way, I don't think I mentioned how long the paint shop actually had the spoiler. I dropped it off with them at the end, was it last week of May? I had back surgery the first week of June, so I did it before that. So last week of May, and I picked it up today, which is August 28th. So all summer they had it. So, yep. Needless to say, I didn't drive this very much because I didn't have the wing. It looks stupid without it. So, all right, let's get the mount in this thing. Okay, here we are. I got the wing setting on the back out here in this Missouri heat and humidity. I think we're at like 102, 105 heat index today, so not really the best weather to be doing this in. So anyway, so what we did here, you can see I got the grommet in there with the third light, a high tail light hooked up, running through. And then I'll hook that up inside after I get this wing, mounted down on here. And just be cautious now with this fiberglass on here. It's not as heavy as that urethane. So it's going to spring up on you pretty quick. So just so you know. All right, well, I'm doing this by myself here, so I'm going to have to stop so I can get some tools. All right, so before we hook anything up, I don't want to put any screws in yet. We have to get these little front guys down here. Gotta get those. Get the screw in there. Let's see. Like I said, I'm doing this by myself, so I'm trying to move this stuff around with one hand. I had it on earlier. And like I said, sometime between my test fit and it coming back from the paint shop, I lost that screw right there. I don't know if you can actually see it. Can't get the camera down that far, but I got them in the slots. This one should still be in the slot, hopefully. You can't see it because it goes up in that thing. But anyway, so it should be in the slots. So, okay, so that one slid. What's kind of messing me up is the goop on the things is sticking the. Trying to slide it and it's sticking the wing right here. So that was kind of holding me back from getting the wing on there. But maybe you can see it in there. Yeah, there you go. Look up underneath, and you can see the screws in there towards the back of the slot like it should be. Take a look at the other side. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. I think get the camera to focus a little bit. There we go. But you could tell it's in there. So they're both in the slots now. So now it's just a matter of getting the holes lined up. And you can see right there, the goop kind of slid over on me, so I have to fix that up so I can get through. These holes are pretty much lined up right here. You can see the holes. That one's pretty much almost there. So let me get those in there and then we'll come back. Okay, so I found out why this screw's like that. It was my fault. What happened was, I guess it's just been so long since I took this apart, I forgot which bolts went where. And these are all 1/4 holes. Every one of these 1/4. And I was looking at it and I saw, okay, I have 4 bolts and then I have 2 bolts. Well, I was thinking all the 4 bolts were going to be last ones in. Well, come to find out, 2 of the 4, which are 1/4, are the first ones in, and then 2 1/4 on the outside, and then the one that I cut off here actually mounts through there. So I am going to can't do anything about it. Just use one of my 1/4 here where it belongs. And I'll just I'll have to get another one of these for the underside mounted to the wing. So that's what that was. So that's what happens when it takes forever to get something from somebody, when you expect them to at least give you a turnaround within a few weeks or even within a month. Okay, so here we go. So now I only have one screw for here because you remember that I went and put it in the wrong hole and it busted off. So, and that's right behind this one. So I'll just get another one of these and put it here. And then this side will be, it's kind of hard to point when I got the camera in the middle, in front of me. Okay, so then tighten these down. These all tightened down. I'm going to make them snug. I'm not going to Gorilla tight them because, as you know, as I found out with the other one, you can pop that threaded nut inside and then you're screwed. And that's good. Okay, so that's all put together. So basically now, which I'm sure any one of you could do, but that's it. I mean, you got the wing on, now it's just plugging in the wires, putting all this internal stuff on, putting all your little caps back on there and all that stuff. But there it is. That's the fiberglass wing. So yeah, they do a job. Actually, there's the white car I got over here. I just bought recently. It has a fiberglass one on it too. So I got two of those. Of course, that one was already on when I got it. The one right over there. So, yep, there it is. I hope I helped somebody.